The Moritz College of Law presents The Case of the Walking Dead. In medical science, it is easy for a living person to prove he is not dead. In law, however, it is not quite so straightforward. Our story begins in 1986, when Donald E. Miller Jr. disappeared from his home in Arcadia, Ohio. Authorities searched, sent out alerts, and tried to track him down, but they never found a clue as to where he could be. Donald was not a master of stealth and disguise. He was just a heavy drinker who couldn't hold a job. After 8 years without a trace, officials began to assume he must have staggered off and quietly died somewhere. Donald came to owe $26,000 in child support for his 2 daughters. His wife Robin eventually applied for a declaration of his death so that she could get Social Security benefits for their children. He was declared dead in 1994. Several years later, in 2005, Donald reappeared in the nearby town of Fostoria, trying to obtain a driver's license. Thankfully, for all of our safety, there is a law that precludes issuing driver's licenses to deceased people. Donald's parents had to break the news to him that he had been legally dead since 1994. In a 2013 case, Donald asked that the judge declare him undead. He told the court that he hadn't truly disappeared, but after losing his job and facing child support bills, he just didn't know what else to do. It kind of went further than I ever expected it to, he said. If Donald was declared to be alive, his problems would be solved. For Robin, however, life would again get complicated. If Donald had never died, she would not be entitled to the Social Security payment. Would have to pay it back, plus interest. In addition, after being deemed a widow, Robin remarried, strangely enough to another man named Miller. If her first husband was declared to be alive, she would be a bigamist. Robin, a nurse who was not working because of a disability, said she was not trying to be vindictive by keeping her former husband dead. She said, "I just can't afford to repay the money." Despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary, probate judge Alan H. Davis agreed with Robin and refused to allow Donald to be back among the living, but not because he felt sorry for her. Judge Davis declared, "We've got the obvious here. A man sitting in the courtroom. He appears to be in good health, but Ohio law is clear. Declarations of death can only be rescinded within 3 years. I don't know where that leaves you, but you're still deceased as far as the law is concerned." The Courier, a Findlay, Ohio newspaper, called Donald the most famous dead man alive. Donald petitioned the Social Security Administration to assign him a new number so he could obtain a driver's license and a job. His request was eventually granted, but as a result, the Social Security Administration pursued Robin to return the death benefit she had received. Thankfully, they later dropped the issue. Given his unusual story, you might say that Donald Miller redefined what it means to be a deadbeat dad.